live. As always, do makeup with me, get ready with me while I do my makeup, talk to y'all, and head out the door. What do I need? Okay, I didn't do skin prep yet. I've already washed my face. I already put on my toner. Here's the product, the toner. Because y'all keep asking me about skin. But a lot of what I do is that I go to the med spa, to be honest. So let's get started. This is salicylic acid. This is really good for acne. Ooh, misty. Then I'm going to go in with some moisturizer and sunscreen. Sunscreen, Korean sunscreen, no cast, 50 SPF. And this moisturizer has peptides, which helps protect your skin barrier. Really good for the winter time. We are in November, though it is hot as a dog where I live. It's still considered fall going into winter. So we're transitioning out of summer, winter. Okay. Anyways, everyone's coming in. I'll give y'all some time. I am not going to be here for a long time, but I'm here for a good time, baby. Going in with my moisturizer, because don't nobody want to be dry. Do y'all have questions? Have y'all been on my page before? Do y'all know me? That's why I'm on live to build. Today's a really good day to not go to work. Today's a really good day for PTO. It's Thursday. Errands need to be ran. Things need to be done. Good morning. It's still morning here, definitely. By the time I leave here, it's still going to be morning too. So good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Before we get started, how's everybody doing? Okay, people are joining in on my TikTok or building out the YouTube. But I'm still going to talk like someone's here at YouTube. What's this notification? Oh, Liv's talking about something. Okay, the sunscreen, I'm not going to have any cast on my skin at all. It's about to be clear. Clear skin, babes. That's all we want in this life. Nice, clear skin. Oh, yeah. I get started when I get started with my makeup. Where's my mirror? Okay. Immediately before you start, just go ahead and damp your beauty blender. This is my beauty blender. Just dampen it up. We're going to use it way later, but still, get it ready. I think I'm going to decorate this. All right, y'all. It's been 3 minutes. I usually would start a little later, but I'm only here for 40. So I wanted to mention, and it wasn't until it happened to me, that your journey requires setbacks. It requires it. Everybody wants to talk about, oh, they just want to make it. I get it. I'm tired of getting up early in the morning and clocking into work, but I'm grateful that I get to clock in. I'm grateful that I have income. There was a time when I didn't have income and I was doing Lyft and I hated it. I hated having strangers get in my car. I hated the harassment women get as Lyft drivers. I hated men hitting on me. There was one guy that tried to convince me about a topless maid service. I reported him to Lyft. They deactivated his account and reminded him a part of guidelines, you can't have those kind of conversations. I hated strangers getting my car and I didn't know what would happen next because you're picking up a complete stranger. You don't know what they have on them. Thank God I'm protected, but I'm just saying in other people's scenarios, what if they're not? But in that time, like I gained weight from being like stressed, being sad, trying to figure out when am I going to get hired, applying to jobs daily. I had just got fired from a job that I made the most amount of money I have ever seen. I was finally able to save. I had like 6,000 saved. All my credit cards are paid off. Got fired from that job. I hated that job. I was miserable. I absolutely hated that job. I was miserable. The last straw for me, I kind of wanted to get fired so I can get unemployment. But when we had a company retreat, the manager was saying, it's basically mandatory even though they don't say it's mandatory, they're giving the energy that you have to go. And it was a 3 hour drive from where I live, and they were going to compensate everything. So I asked for an employee handbook so that I can know cost wise when I'm ordering food, what am I going to get reimbursed for? Gas, what am I getting reimbursed for? And when I asked for the company handbook, I was never given one. And they told me, all you have to do is submit your expenses. When I returned from that work trip, about 5 or 6 of my expenses were denied. So I came out of pocket about $250. So do you think I would have gone to that work trip if it was going to cost me, but it's supposed to be a work trip? No. Why was it denied? They had all these specifications, I guess you could say, after the trip, once I submitted my expenses. And that's the whole point of why I asked for an employee handbook so I can know what my limits and boundaries are. So after that scenario happened, I realized, you know what, God, all money isn't good money. I don't want to be in this company anymore, but I still need income. And I got fired. I was on unemployment for a while, and I was just actively looking for a job doing Lyft, and I hated it. But in that time frame, I learned to have a better standard when it comes to work, to have better preferences when it comes to people, because there are so few people I could actually call on to help me. But when I was employed and I was funding my life, because hello, I'm an adult, everybody, I could call any and everybody for a good time, but I couldn't call people when I was down. And that's when I realized, like, I need to do better at like picking who my friends are. I need to do better at who I associate with. I need to do better at who I date. I need to do better. That's when my awakening started. I was like, okay, bet. After that happened, when I say it was so hard, I had men trying to spin the block on me. And I remember the day my car, it was the underguard, fell, and 3 complete strangers fixed my car on the side of the road. It was 5 p.m. You know what that means? The body shops are closed. Could I call AAA? Yes, but I was unemployed. Do you think I wanted to call AAA? No, that's going to cost me money that I don't have. My credit cards were paid off before I was fired, but now I'm living off those credit cards to pay the difference of what unemployment is paying. Because unemployment doesn't pay the full amount you were paid. It pays a percentage. And now you're on this crappy health insurance. It was just like everything was going wrong. I was gaining weight from being sad, eating junk food, not going to the gym because I was waking up as early as 5 in the morning to do Lyft, to go to the airport, because I feel like if you are coming from the airport, TSA done pre-checked you. You're not going to have anything dangerous on you. You're trying to get to where you want to go if you're coming from the airport. You're not up to no good or malicious intent. And girl, it was tough. After that season, and I had to get back to me, and I finally got employed. Now I'm with the best company I have ever worked for. The first month of being hired, did you know they gave us a bonus of $3,000? I was shocked. I was like, I didn't expect a surplus to come out of nowhere, and that helped me tremendously. But when I started to be able to focus on life again instead of survival, I realized everything I went through was to make me build my character, make me more relatable to people that have it rough. And I feel like that's the same thing that happened when God came down to earth, when Jesus came down to earth. Stick with me now. I'm not trying to preach to y'all. How would someone know you're suffering if they're not there here on earth living it with you? If they don't see it, it's easy to preach and say, oh, yeah, you're supposed to be holier than this. You're supposed to stick to your Bible. You're supposed to cast out Satan. But how do you know how hard temptation really is if you've never been tempted? If you've never sat there, been in need, but the only person that's offering you something is temptation. And temptation is really fun. But oh, that crash is not a joke. When temptation is done with you, when temptation has fooled you into believing it was something it wasn't, it's not a game anymore. And it wasn't until I finally got on my feet, I'm finally employed, I'm making better decisions, because I remember that season. I held that season in my heart of when I was unemployed, when I had to do Lyft, when all the guys I was dating, I couldn't call one. I couldn't call one of them. Could not call out one of them to help me out of the situation. I realized I wasn't even dating. I was being used because I was lonely, because I wanted companionship, and I was doing it at any cost. And I hate when Black women say, oh, they want to prove they're not gold diggers. It's okay if you are, because money is a resource. And that season of being alone and I'm a boss babe, and whenever I would reach out for help, those men were quick to remind me, oh, I thought you were this. Did you say you independent? Don't you still live in that nice apartment? Don't you still this? Don't you still that? I was like, dang, Wow. So the words are coming back to bite me, but they didn't really like me if they could throw that right back in my face. Versus like when I was telling my cousin, venting to her that I was having a hard time, my cousin sprang into action. This is why I love women. My cousin, I think within the next 2 days, I got a huge package. I forgot what it is like Grainer. Grainer is one of those companies that you can buy in bulk, like office things. I got a huge package of toilet paper, paper napkins, paper towels. I mean, my cousin sent me everything that I was just venting to her about, like that I'm having a hard time keeping on track. My cousin sent right away. My mom ended up sending me a shipment. My mom ended up sending me so much Asian food. Now, there's Haitian food in Texas, but not like, your mom's food is different. So it was like in that moment, I realized my real support system is my family. Like, forget these men, forget all these dating gurus and standards. Like, stick to your support system, and I promise you they'll show up for you. Keep loving on your support system. That's all you really have. Date a man if he's your support system. If he can't be your support system, don't date him. And it wasn't until I had to figure out, like, dang, how did I gain all this weight? How can I lose it? That I'm seeing, oh my gosh, girl, it's actually hard to lose weight. It wasn't until I went through suffering that I see how people are really struggling. Like losing weight used to be so easy for me because I had money coming in. I was employed. I could just go to 9 round, which 9 round is a gym that teaches you how to box. That's why it's called 9 round. You do 9 different stations. It's high intense cardio. The weight was shedding, just melting off my body. And it was easy to lose weight because I had income coming in, so I could hire someone to show me how to do it. It was easy to control my meals and meal prep because I had income to do it. But when I was stripped of all that, I became so relatable to other people going through it. Now I didn't talk from a shallow place of what if and do this. I was speaking from experience. So it's like I feel like sometimes you're put in a situation and you have to pull yourself out of it so you can help other people come out of theirs. Like that's why I don't believe in men giving women advice about dating. You've never been a woman a day in your life. You don't know what it looks like when a man is lusting after you and he's truly showing you a different characteristic than a man would ever see. A man is not going to show another man his devious, lustful nature because he's not lusting after that man. He's able to be a good homeboy because he don't want to sleep with his homeboy. He'll never understand when women are trying to explain, no, this is how he really is. They are always so quick to defend their homeboys, but never their pervy nature unless it comes to women they care about and their family. You know what I mean? And so while I'm going through this crazy season, I finally got employed because that's what we're going to focus on the positive. I promise when people were telling me they're having a tough time, I wasn't so quick to say, pray about it, like I used to do in a shallow place because I'd never been through it. Now I sat and I actually listened to what the person was saying. And I actually tried to just listen instead of trying to brainstorm and tell them, you'll be okay. God is going to make a way. I was realistic with them. Like, I know it feels like you're never going to get out of it. So tell me more, talk to me, vent to me. Like, I didn't try to fix their problem because that's annoying too. Sometimes people just want to vent. They don't want to talk. They don't want a solution. The solution is let me vent. Let me talk to you about this problem I'm facing so I can try to figure it out. But there are some people that just want to vent because they don't want to get out of the situation. They just want to keep talking about it and keep talking about it and don't do anything. You'll know the difference as you go. You hit your flash, go, okay. But it's like, are y'all asking me questions? No. Okay. It's like it wasn't until I went through women are always support system. I like this is why I don't understand when women say most of they got mostly homeboys. I'm like, girl, what? This is a fake message. I can't believe this person violation detected. Go to hell. Anyways, I can't believe when women say they rather be friends with men because that doesn't make sense to me. That doesn't make sense to me. Like, why in the world would you want to be friends with men when they're lusting after you? They all just want to sleep with you. None of them care about you. Women, child, have you ever gone brunch with a bunch of girls? I can't remember how many. I go out often by myself. Okay, like that's who I am. That's my energy. Like I don't wait on people. If I want to check something out, I'm not checking people's calendars, schedules. I'm just gonna go. I can't tell you how many times I've gone somewhere by myself and I made friends. I went to Carnival, if you know what that is. Carnival in Miami, where you dress up in the Carnival outfit, wet fit, and my friends were late. Like they were 2 hours late. And I knew they're gonna be late because they're late to everything they go. But on top of that, Carnival traffic will have you in traffic trying to get to the event for 45 minutes. For those 2 hours, I met two girls that I didn't know from nothing. All I said to one of them was, I'm waiting for my friends to come. Can I hang out with you? She said, hell yeah. And then she went like this. We turned up for those 2 hours waiting for my friends to get there. We were lit. Like we looked after each other. We went to the bathroom together. We went to get food together. We locked in. And I'll never understand when women are like complaining about, women being the support system. Women are phenomenal support systems. I think that's why it's easier for us to be single because we can actually vent about our problems, our conditions. We can even talk about our periods. Men can't be as open with other men like that because of that stigma of, oh, this gay, no homo. This is so weird to me. So that's why I feel bad for trans women because I feel like y'all don't really get the woman experience unless you friends with a woman. Oh, thank you for that. Thank you, girl. Ooh, I'm gonna repost that. But I feel like you don't get the real woman experience unless you're friends with a woman. And this is why it's important that you take care of yourself because it's hard. It's like what B. Simone went through. It's hard to support someone when you're not doing good. When someone else is raving about all their success, but you're not in a good situation. Like I do my best. I go to the gym because I know if I look good, I feel good. It's hard to tear me down when I take care of myself. But it's even harder to pick yourself up when you don't take care of yourself and you meet someone who's just on top. It seems like they're on top of the world. It seems like they just get whatever they want. Things come easy. And I've had seasons like that too. But recently, not recently, it was like 2 years ago. Those 2 years ago, when I was unemployed, when I was looking for a job, applying every day and I couldn't get hired and I was doing Lyft, having to do with men harassing me, I hated it. I was sitting there praying in the car, and I remember it was right before winter. It gets cold in Texas, way colder than Florida. And I remember just being in my car. I said, God, please get me employed before the winter comes. I don't want to be out in the cold doing this. I want to be in my home. I want to be warm. I want to be cozy. And God blessed me with a job before the winter. He kept his promise. I now work remote. I've always worked remote ever since the pandemic, to be honest. I work remote. I get to make my own schedule, essentially. They offer overtime. The overtime has been a tremendous help. Like, I have so many more options, but it's so easy to talk about having a good life when things are going your way, but your character is really built when things don't go your way. And that also taught me that when I'm dating, when I'm friends with people, I need to see this person's character when they're not getting what they want, when they're getting a no, when they're stuck, when they're hitting a wall, because then I see who they are and how they pivot, how they respond, how they really are. It is so easy to keep up with your representative when you're getting exactly what you want, when things are going smooth, when, yeah, things are working out for me. But when you're not getting what you want, baby, the tables turn, the tables flip. You're going to meet a person you never even knew existed. I promise you. What is this? Is this my skin or the makeup oil? You're going to meet someone you never knew existed. And I can say that for myself too, because when I was unemployed, girl, I was mean. My concierge even would stop me in the hallway. He's like, are you okay? I was just mad. I didn't have any money coming in. I'm on unemployment. I got to go to the OBGYN with the Medicaid, I think it was. And Medicaid, I'm telling you, the office is different. The energy there, it's like people are sad. If you've ever lived in the ghetto, I've lived in the ghetto a few times growing up or in passing. The ghetto in every place of America is a depressing place. No one's happy to be there. No one wants to be there, but it's what they have to put up with, and everybody want to fight. Everybody want to fight, and I get it because you just want to fight out of the situation. That's all you can afford to do is physically use your body and thrust it at someone else and get out of it. But it doesn't work that way. And once I figured out, I can learn more about people when I tell them no. It made it so much easier for me to tell people no, for me to tell romantic partners no, for me to tell friends no, because I needed to see that person's character. I needed to see, who are you when you don't get what you want? Who are you? Who do you turn into? Oh, just follow. Thanks, girl. Who are you when, what do you call it? Adversity. When adversity is in your face. You ever see Marshawn Lynch? I remember an interview with Marshawn Lynch. They were like, how are you so good? He said, one thing he know, Marshawn Lynch is a football player. He has dreadlocks. Look him up. Well, he's the one that went viral for saying, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Marshawn Lynch was asked, how are you so good at your game? He said he realized that people can't handle getting hit again and again and again and again and again. And I took that outside of football because I don't watch football. I just know certain things. I realized it's true in life too. It transfers in life too. People can't handle getting hit again and again and again because then you're asking, where's my break? When is something going to happen for me? When is it going to finally be over? And I felt like that for so long. I feel like I'm just now getting up. Like, I feel like this past year, 2025, has been my recovery year, has been me getting back up from everything I thought I lost. I don't want to say I lost anything. I feel like I gained so much as a person, so much insight that I'm realizing a lot of things I thought I needed, I didn't. I really didn't. So that really helped me, say, you know what, girl, let that go. You're doing that for clout. You're doing that so you think it makes you bigger than what you are. Let that go. Like even when I got my hair done at this hair appointment, the wonderful stylist was telling me she has so many girls that are so rude to her and reach out to her and they're like, "Oh, I'm an influencer. I want my hair done," and she hates that. And the conversation came up because I pulled out my camera, my DJI. If you know, I have my DJI camera. And I told her I hate when people act like that because I rather you respect me as a person before you respect me for what I can do for you. Because I feel like when people are saying I'm a content creator, they're trying to say and throw in your face, I have status, I have symbolism, I have these things that you don't have. You need me. I don't like that. I'd rather be respected. I'd rather people know me for who I am, my nature, how I make people feel before they know me as a status symbol. Oh, yeah, she's a content creator with 20 something thousand followers on this platform and this platform with millions of views. No one cares about that. I'm telling you, when the bills are due, when you go to check out and you're trying to pay your light bill, you cannot insert follower. You can't insert influencer as payment. You can't insert content creator as payment. You have to insert money. You have to insert monetary value to pay that bill. And it's always blown my mind when people take this influencing thing so seriously where they want things without having to do anything. Because being an influencer doesn't require much talent. It requires skill and consistency. So that's why I think like a lot of people are just, over the moon about being a content creator, which is crazy. I will never introduce myself as a content creator. I will introduce myself as me, and I won't ever introduce myself as what's it called? An influencer. Like when you really are a good influencer, people copy everything you do, and I hate it. When it started happening to me, I hated it. It's like God was like, "Isn't that what you wanted? Did you want to be an influencer? This is what influencing is. People copy you. So when people say mimic, when people say follow me, they're saying follow my social media, follow what I do. When I promote a product, you go buy it. That's what they're saying when they're saying they're an influencer. I want to influence you into this decision. I want to influence you and have impact on your decision making skills. That's what an influencer is. A content creator is someone that just creates the content. Like, but I'm not going to ever introduce myself like that because I think when I just show up to the right place and I pull up my camera, then they know, oh yeah, she's here to get a video on something. Like I don't ask for discounts. I think that's weird. I don't ask for free stuff. I think that's weird. Like I just go if I like your business enough, I'm gonna do my honest review and not feel like I'm pressured to like, you know what I mean? I don't want to feel pressured to say something that I don't want to say because you looked out. Don't look out. Don't look out for me, baby girl. I'm gonna speak my truth. If you trash, you trash. I like having my free will. That's all I'm saying. My free will is more important than a review. My freedom to speak. And then when you're giving these companies great reviews because they paid you, and then other people are going and they're like, this company was trash. They're not gonna trust you. You're not gonna have a strong following. People are not gonna believe you because they're gonna be like, you get paid to do this. You got me wasting my hard-earned money that I went to work for and I wanted to do this thing because you recommended it, and this thing that you recommended is trash. I'd rather people say she has great recommendations before they say she's an influencer. I don't want to be that. I want to have quality. Okay. I'm at that age where quality matters. Quality matters more to me than anything. Anyway, so yeah, I was saying, like when I started going through things that I've never experienced in my life, that was the longest I was ever unemployed in my entire life, y'all. That was the longest I was ever unemployed in my entire life. My whole 30 plus years being on this earth. And I really looked at what was important with all the things I was paying for, bill wise, things I could cut back on. It made me look at my finances way differently. It made me look at hanging out with people way differently. Like, is it worth hanging out with this person? Is it worth, is this person worth it? Whenever they ask me to hang out. Now I don't want to just hang out for the photo. I want to hang out for the quality of the character. Now I start looking at people differently because when that money run out and all them people you were turning up with, Sunday funding it with, you can't call. And the man you was rolling around in a mattress with that be saying, oh, I miss you. I want to see you. And then that can't fix a car. That can't fix your car. That can't fix your car note that's due. Baby, you start getting different priorities. That's what started happening to me. My priorities transformed. When people hit me up, When I got back on my feet, I kept that lesson in my heart. Like I was like, got it. Got it. I see who you are. I see who you are. Thank you very much. Goodbye. Good day. But God kept me. And I'm back in church, actively going. I love the church I go to, but I realized like you're going through something because you need to build your character. No one cares about your following. You need to be a better person. You want impact. You want these massive stages. You want these massive places to invite you somewhere. But who are you? No, for real. Who are you? When you strip that camera away, when you strip the makeup away, when you strip the following away, who are you as a person? And what are you doing that's so great that you should be on these platforms? Aside from self-validation, what are you doing that's so wonderful? A lot of people just want the verification status just to show other people that they're better than them. It's all ego. It has nothing to do with them actually being a good person. It's just showing people, oh, you said I wasn't going to be anything in life. Now look at me. And it's silly. I think as I got older and I saw that my sister didn't have social media, she wasn't boastful about her status of who she is. My sister has a big house. My sister's house is paid in cash. My sister built her house from the ground up and paid it in cash. Not one social media post about it. Walk-in closet, three-car garage, 5 bedrooms. Girl, my sister, and she has kids and she's married, but she's not anywhere near social media posting about it and look at me and look at that. And that's when I realized there are people out here that's really making it, and you'll never know because they like the peace of mind of people not knowing their business. And the older I got, after that trial and tribulation, I remember calling my sister and I said, girl, I understand you now. I understand why you don't like people at your house. I understand why you don't let people in. I understand why you protect your peace. And she laughed. She said, wow, you finally get it. You're really maturing. I said, I'm telling you. After that season, I couldn't call on anybody but God. I couldn't call on anyone but God to help me, to save me, to prepare me. After that, I really had to change who I hung out with. I had to. There was no way I was going to make it another season with that mentality. There was no way I was going to make it. I had to let a lot of people go quietly. People I've been friends with for years, okay? Years. I had to quietly let go. I had to come to the realization this person is not that. Like, I can't rely on them for anything but a good time. And to me, those are not real friends. People that you can only call during good times that can get you in bad situations fast, those are not your friends. You need people that will go to God about you, will go before God and pray on your behalf. I don't care how they look. If they treat you good, those are friends you need to have, honey. I'm telling you now. I used to get a lot of slack from men telling me my friends are unattractive, my friends are this and that. Like, why do you need me to go have these specific looking friends for you to harass? You want me to bring a group of women to you so you can harass them so they don't like me no more? Hell no. I'm sticking around the women that stick around me, that hang in there with me, that have my back. And those same men that complain, I let them go. I was like, okay, this is not a friendship. Got it. You need to use me, my resources as a woman. And I would notice that every time I had met another woman, attractive woman, I became friends with her on social media, these men that have never met these women, who are my male friends, are following these women all of a sudden. And I was like, oh no, sir. Like sometimes removing people from your life gonna save you and your future friendships, your real friendships, the ones that actually belong in your life. Cause that's crazy. But also another thing I realized is when I struggled with losing weight, I never understood why a relative of mine, didn't just work out to lose the weight. I couldn't understand it. I was like, why don't you just work out? Why are you making things so difficult? When I got back employed and I had resources coming in, and it became hard for me to lose weight. Like the weight would not leave my body, y'all. It would just, no matter how much workout I would do, I was so far gone into my weight gain. I was so far gone. Being unemployed that long, stuck in survival mode, not worried about my health. I was so far gone in how much weight I gained that I finally understood that relative when they were struggling to lose weight. So when I began taking GLP-1, I flew home and I also got them on GLP-1. Now they're down 18 pounds. I'm down 16 pounds. It's like, that's when I realized sometimes you're going through stuff so you can be relatable to others. So you can stop coming off like a know-it-all. So people don't look at you and think you're holier than thou and you got it together. You can look at people with a humbleness in you. People are gonna relate to you more. Look at Keith Lee. At the end of every video, God bless you, have a good day. Humble. He still knows who he is. He's not saying he's a big time influencer. Do you know who I am? He doesn't do that. He doesn't even approach those businesses and say, oh, I'm an influencer. He just goes to those businesses. He sends other people because he wants to do an honest review. He doesn't want to get treated any differently because he's staying humble. He's staying to his humble beginnings. Some people get it and lose it all. He's determined. The way he moves tells me he's not going to lose anything. If anything, he's going to keep gaining because he can handle what you do with few is what you would do with many. What you do with a little is what you would do with a lot. You really got to be intentional with everything that you have, everything that's handed to you, everything you work for. You have to act like it's still day one. Don't ever get a big head and start thinking, I'm holier than thou, I'm better than you. You got to get that out of your head. It wasn't until I went through my humbling season that I realized that. And I'm grateful I went through it in private. Oh, wait, hold on, y'all. The bridge of my nose. This is a really important part. Okay. Yeah, it wasn't until I went through my humbling season. And I thank God I went through that season in private. I thank God there was not a crowd, there was not an audience, there was no one that could throw that in my face later. I thank God I went through that humbling season in private. That really built my character. Let me see. Oh. Okay. Okay, I had to make sure I missed nothing because I'm doing my makeup, y'all. I gotta get out of here. I got y'all for another 10 minutes. Not even. I'm giving y'all 5. Your girl gotta go. I'm going to the med spa. Going to get fine. But yeah, it wasn't until I went through struggles that I'd never been through before in my life that made me relatable. Where are you, Brush? Your girl gotta go. There you are. It wasn't until I went through my own humbling season, my struggle season, my character building season, that I stopped coming off like I know it all. I stopped coming off like I'm better than people, I'm higher than them. You can be taken down in an instant. You can be humbled in an instant. Like, I changed the way I handle people. I changed the way I present myself. Like, I'm not into all that boasting. I'm just me. Nothing more, nothing less, just a person trying to make it just like you. And that made me more relatable. My following jumped. I was stuck at 12.5K for so long, so long, even on YouTube. My YouTube is finally at 1,000 subscribers. It took me a while to get there, but I won't complain because that's usually how all the troubles start when you start complaining. I am not going to complain, Lord. Please. I don't need no more lashings. We about to wrap up this makeup. Woo! Rose water. And now we're gonna blend. If you're going through anything crazy right now, I'm telling you, it's to humble you, it's to connect you to the fan base, to the people that you ask God to make you be able to be relatable to. No one there's not a person you look up to that hasn't gone through some crazy story to get to where they are. It's building your resilience, it's building your character, it's building your peace of mind to know having peace of mind is better than having materialistic things. Being able to sleep at night, being able to have a sane mind is much better than sitting here trying to fight for numbers of followings and companies and brands. It gives you peace knowing that you could just be still and receive. You can be still and God will make a way for you. You don't have to go outside and beg. You don't have to beg for anything is my favorite thing. You don't have to ask someone you don't like for help. You can literally just be still. Be still and know that I am God. Be still and know that I am God. Now this one's a little tricky. How y'all doing? I know I'm just rambling, going on and on and on and on and on, but I'm grateful. Man, I've overcome some tough seasons that people would not even know I went through. People don't even know I went through that. I love going through my season in peace. I love that be grateful you're not famous. Be grateful your business is not on the front page news. Be grateful for these times of stillness and peace and quietness that you don't turn on the TV and all your business is out. Like you get to go through this quietly. Be grateful. Some people wish they had that. Some people wish they could walk around and no one knew who they were. You know it because when they have security, they're always covering their face. They just want a day to themselves. Be grateful that the world doesn't have these unrealistic expectations of you, except for Black women. They always have unrealistic expectations for us. So everybody else that's not a Black woman, be grateful. You get to do mediocrity, and the world accepts that. But anyways, that made me everything I've been through. I'm grateful. It's made me relatable. It's made a lot of things obtainable because I started looking in the mirror and having those hard conversations about what I want to do with my life, who I have to become in order to get it, and what I had to let go to sustain it. And honestly, I'm grateful. I'm grateful that I'm learning this before I have any children looking up to me. I'm grateful I get to learn this in the comfort of my home. I don't have to sit there and try to combat fake news about me. I'm grateful God reveals. I'm grateful God protects and provides for me. I'm grateful I don't have to sit here and sleep with a man just to pay my bills. I'm grateful I don't have to share my body with someone just to be able to survive. I'm grateful I don't have to be a sexy ballerina, a midnight ballerina. I'm grateful I never had to resort to that. I'm grateful I never had to get on a pole and degrade myself. I'm grateful that no one has a video of me having to degrade myself like that. Like there hasn't had to happen to me in my life. I'm grateful God was like, nah, I'll take care of it. Like you're gonna be humbled, but you're gonna be protected. You're gonna be humbled, but I promise you, you will be protected. That has been my greatest blessing. That's why I'm not quick to argue when people try to slander me or are insecure about me because something's going my way. I don't even care. I remember the times that things didn't go my way. So now I don't feel bad when things go my way. I don't feel bad when God shows me favor. I don't feel bad. I used to feel bad. Now I don't. Now that I got my lashing, I got my lesson learned. I don't feel bad. Tough cookie. If you got a problem with it, tough cookie. Take it up. Take it up with the man upstairs. Leave me out of it. Okay, pray about it. Leave me out of it. I don't care. Don't put me in any mess I didn't ask to be a part of. Like, I'm just trying to enhance my life, change my life, have peace of mind, be set free from having to work 5 days mandatory, starting to weigh down on my mental health. I'm grateful. I'm truly grateful. I can't see y'all in the chat. Well, I can, but on TikTok, TikTok's over here, YouTube's over here. I'm doing my makeup, y'all. I got to get the going. Okay. I love that I know how to do my makeup. When I got back up, child, it was up from there. It was up. Learn to do my makeup, learn to do little things in there for my hair. It was up from there. What do I need? Powder. Powder. How y'all doing this morning? Okay. I keep saying that and then I don't look at the chat. I'm sorry, y'all. I gotta get this makeup on my face. Good. Okay. Good to be alive. I promise you that. I'm saying I really get weary around the holiday seasons when I see people losing people they love. It's heartbreaking to me. Like, dang, we're right at the new year. Living this life. Anyways, I'm grateful. I'm grateful for everything I went through. I'm grateful God got me through. I'm grateful that I was taken care of. I never had to ask a man, even though the times that I did, God was like, let me show you who you really sleeping with. Let me show you how you set yourself up for failure. Let me show you how you're not even listening to me. You pick it wrong. Baby, when I was shown that, I was like, bet. And ever since I got through that hard season, I love your videos. Thank you. You're welcome. I don't know, which one do you like? Because I be talking about a lot of stuff. Ever since I got through that hard season, that humbling season, I promise you, while I was unemployed, I was not sexually active. When I got employed again, I'm still not active because now I don't want no one to touch me. After everything I've been through and I had to go through it by myself, everyone leave me alone. Don't nobody ask me for nothing. Don't nobody ask me for a thing. Okay, you better take it to Jesus like I had to. You better get back over there and leave me out of it. So there is that. Okay. I can't seem to ever get the blush right on this side for some reason. But yeah, let me know which videos you like. I will make more content about that. Yeah, I'll be telling y'all, don't feel bad when you want something and that man can't give it to you. Let them call you a gold digger, babe. Oh, that's my favorite book. Okay, every single one. I started reading Men Don't Love Like You. Girl, if you go to Amazon, Audibles, they'll give you a free subscription, like with a credit, and the book will read it to you, like the audio. That's what I do, like while I'm at work. Anyways, and I got through that book and I was taking note. And child, men don't love women like you. When you hear from a man's mouth the stuff men do, it's shocking. Like, mm. After you're done reading that book, you're gonna be like, oh, that's what was going on all the time. I went through that. I went through a season of, God, I'm so tired of men using me. What am I doing wrong? What am I doing wrong that I keep attracting men that just want to use me, sleep with me, and once they get that, they're out of there. They go from being these great, awesome, nice guys, and suddenly, when I want something in place, when I start talking about commitment and boyfriend or girlfriend, they get cold feet and it's no, 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 I can't do that. Da, 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 da. And that's when I ran across the author G.L. Lambert. He has a whole bunch of books, Date Like a Spartan, Men Don't Love Women Like You, which is the book you're talking about, my fave. Whole Tactics. Like I started reading all of his books. He has so many. And each one of them started teaching me something different about the man's nature. One of the tips I love, I can't even tell you which book he said it in because I've read so many of his books. He has a series. He said, when a man says, I miss you, but he doesn't plan a date, that's translation, I can't get coochie over the phone. Again, I'll repeat it. When a man says, I miss you, but he doesn't plan a time, a location to properly date you, a time, a location outside of his house, outside of your house, outside of a hotel, when he doesn't plan a proper date, all he's really saying is he cannot get coochie over the phone. It has nothing to do with missing you. It has nothing to do with him dating you. It has nothing to do with that. He's just saying, I can't get coochie over the phone. So every time a man will say to me, I miss you, my response will be, oh, that's so sweet of you to say. That man will look at me like, that didn't work? You're not gonna say you miss me back? Because what you're gonna do is say, I miss you too. Then he's gonna say, when am I gonna see you? I'm probably gonna make a video about this and post it. Then he's gonna say, when am I gonna see you? But notice he doesn't plan a date. It's just, when am I gonna see you? Okay? No date planned at all. Again, when I went through that cold season of not being employed, child, I learned. I had nothing but books and time. I was unemployed. Someone said a question. Okay. And actually going through a rough breakup, and girl, TYSM, I don't know what that means, for being a big sister I don't have. Girl, I learned because someone taught me. I learned because someone sat me down and held my hand, sure seven, virtually, and said, let me show you exactly what these men are doing to you. Let me remove the veil of you wanting to be a wife. The desperation of you wanting to be a wife is blinding you from making proper decisions. You're willing to sacrifice everything to be something that man never said he was going to be to you. Setting spray. That means I'm done with my makeup. Woo! Okay. Yeah, I put the powder on. And now I'm about to just do my hair. Okay, y'all. This is my favorite part. My hair. Thank you for the likes, y'all. Thanks for the gifts as well. Yeah, but once I started reading books, and them books didn't come to me until I was ready. Those books, books are gonna come to you when you're ready to read them, when you're ready to receive the message. I'm sorry you're going through a breakup, dear. Last time I went through a breakup, my mom was scared. My mom was afraid. I lost myself. I didn't know who I was. My identity was so tied up in that man. She didn't even know if I was gonna get up. I remember waking up one morning, my mom was standing over me and praying over my body. She said, oh God, get her out of this. Let her know that this is not the end. Okay, I know the top is going to be fire. And that prayer worked. That prayer worked. God interceded. God interceded. What are those words? And this. Where are you? I could go real Hollywood. Oh, it's the lights surrounded by the action. I'm happy that what I tell you can apply because some people, they're just hard headed. They don't, you can tell them exactly what's going on and they still don't listen to that man. There are so many women, you can tell them exactly, hey, this guy doesn't like you, he's using you. And they're gonna think you're jealous. They're gonna think you're jealous of them when all you're trying to do is warn them. There are so many women that could. What did Harriet Tubman say? I could have helped more slaves if only they knew they were slaves. So, girl, okay, this is a light curl. Maybe next time I will have to do moves. But at least she's curling. Okay, they still got body, yada 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 yada. Okay. Anyways, my girl, my dad's still laughing at me to this day the way I was acting over that braid. Girl, my mom to this day. Glad I found you. Thank you. My mom to this day, she'll try to mention that last little breakup I went through. She said, and remember last time? Because all they're trying to do is remind you of the time that you chose to be a fool for someone that wasn't even worth it. It wasn't what you thought it was gonna be. They didn't present as that. It was the delusion you had for them when you were in love. That delusion when you're in love. What? Where's your hair from? It's KBL hair. Yes, girl, she got it. I have a whole video, 3 videos on my page showing you and tagging the page that I ordered. For some reason, TikTok won't let me put their WhatsApp number. Every time I try to put the WhatsApp number for my hair vendor, they take it down and tell me I'm in violation. So I can't put it up no more. But that's why I put it's KBL Hair and I tag their TikTok. Their TikTok page has the phone number on there. So KBL Hair, I tell you the inches, I tell you the sew-in that I got. It's a middle part, side part. But honestly, this feels like a flip over method right now. I got a 20 inches, and it's the blue band in a 22-inch. The first time I did their hair, I did the XR. There are 3 brands, 3 tiers, I should say. And the XR was trash. Get the blue band. KBL hair, they have 3 different types. XR, blue band, white band, get the blue band. Hell yeah, I can dye it. You know how much money? Go ahead. KBL hair is quality. You can dye your hair, you can bleach it. You can do a lot. Okay. Gotta comb them edges. Because them edges are important, baby. Them edges the start of the show. Let me get some heat protectant. Y'all, yesterday I washed and conditioned my hair in between the braids. Because you gotta condition your hair in between the braids. It's maintenance, babe. This is my heat protectant. How long does it last? I believe the blue band lasts 7 years. The XR brand lasts 3 years, but the XR brand does not last 3 years. I tested it. It literally lasted me a month. It's gonna knot up on you. It's not gonna hold a curl. It's gonna stay flat. However the hair came, if you bought XR, because there are 3 tiers, it's gonna stay flat. Get the blue band. The blue band lasts you 7 years. Thank you, girl. Okay, my heat protectant. Because this is my real hair at the top. And then we're gonna hot comb her with a head out. Girl. Okay, so blue band only. Yes, girl. They'll tell you XR. The XR is a little more affordable, but I would not get it. I will not. Hey, Jen. Your makeup look amazing. Thank you, girl. I would not get the XR. I tried it. I even posted a video about it, and the XR does not hold a curl. So if you see me doing it, you see how I took off my heatless curls and the hair curls, the XR, it'll go flat. And I was so mad. I was in, where was I? Costa Rica. And baby, as soon as water touched that XR, my hair started breakdancing. It was like, I was like, dang. Okay, so then I tried blue band, but the blue band is chef's kiss. Only get the blue band. Only get the blue band. Only get the blue band from KBL Hair. So there's that. But yeah, girl, the seasons I've been through, child, can't nobody tell me nothing. Okay, we got to be quiet for this piece because this is my edges, y'all. I gotta get my edges. I can't burn myself. Uh, ah. Okay, whew. Okay. A little shaky there. Okay, whew. Okay, whew. Child. Scary stuff. Girl, you purchased XR, send it back. That's not it's not gonna last. I'm not gonna tell you no. Do you know everybody gotta learn. Everybody gotta learn for themselves. I'm trying to save you money. Yeah, you got it because you got it longer. And the longer the hair is, the thinner it is. So something that's 4 packs or 3 packs and like an 18 inch is gonna be thicker and it's gonna make the hair look fuller versus you getting 30 inches, it gets thinner as it gets to the bottom. Is what I learned, girl. I think I'm solid with 18 inch. This is 20 and 22 inch, but I would go back to 18 inch in a heartbeat. I feel like 18 inch is like my sweet spot. It gives classy. It gives, material girl, but not like rapper's girlfriend. We don't want to look like the rapper's girlfriend. We don't want to look like that because the rappers don't be buying stuff. Ooh, so maybe just okay. Okay, we got one side. Okay. Well, hey, to each his own. But to me, I'll never buy the XR one again. And that was my birthday hair, girl. Imagine getting your birthday hair messed up. You know I was mad. You know I was in. I can't believe it's on my birthday because the birthday sets the tone for the year. You know what I mean? So they do make wigs though. I don't know if they told you that. They'll make the wig for you if you buy the bundles. They'll make the wig for you. So there's that. Okay, I think my hair is just about done. I feel like I didn't do the edges on this side. I'm about to do the edges. Yeah, I didn't do the edges. Now I put the comb so I don't burn myself. I put the comb first and then I go in with the hot comb. Cause I don't want to burn myself at all, baby. There we go. And then over here. Okay. Whew. Good job. All right, y'all. My hair. And then whenever you curl your hair, use a wide tooth comb because you can just comb out the curls, what you don't want to do. You want to get a wide tooth comb instead of one of these thin ones. This is going to take the whole mold that you just worked for out of your head. I only use this kind of comb, the rat tooth comb, on my real hair to part it and make it like very precise, clean, pristine. And then my wide tooth comb is just to let it keep the body and comb through it. But girl, this is good hair. This is really good hair. I washed it yesterday. I deep conditioned my edge, like my hair that's left out, and now we Gucci. All right, y'all. I'm going to the med spa. Caught up. I'm using PTO. Ooh. There we go. Yes, darling. Yes, darling. And I put all my makeup away, so it's not gonna be a mess when I come back. I'm an adult. Okay, wait. You're saying stuff. Oh, dang. Okay. I did express to them the hair, but I didn't complain to get a discount. I complained so they could know. What's Amazon telling me? And they, they're our business. They made it clear to me. That's why they have tiers. They recommended the blue band because the blue band is better quality and the XR is their lowest quality. And I'm so happy I went with the blue band because this hair is already performing better than the XR. How tall are you? I'm 5'1". How short am I? But if you meet me like in real life, people tell me all the time, you that I act tall, whatever that means. I have people tell me she's so little, but she has a big personality. Duh. Cause I'm that. Okay, been that and forever will be that. Okay, let's just get the edges. Okay, y'all. My sew in is still sewing in, and I'm about to go. me show you my little dress. I'm going to the bed spa. I'm going the place that I get my Botox, lipo ties at the tie. I'm getting lipo today. This is my dress. I have shorts underneath. Relax. Oh, I can't show YouTube. My bad, YouTube. Yup, I got y'all back on the screen. This is my dress. It might be a long shirt, but I have a small torso, so it's a dress. It's a dress for me. All right, y'all. The hair is laid and slayed to the gods. And I'm gonna go create content. So I got to go. See y'all on the next video. Oh, I'm probably gonna get my nails done today because they're due. They're due. Baby shark, do. Peace out.